Hello guys, Pilcrow here, and today we will be discussing what Tpot would look like if it still had vote to eliminate. Remember to like and subscribe, and let's start the video. Also, this is just all speculation. So if Tpot still had vote to eliminate, I think the show, and its elimination of course, would look very different. Because in vote to eliminate, if you did nothing, you would mostly be safe. This is because vote to eliminate actively discourages doing anything because that gets you in the spotlight, and if your team loses, well, you were the most prominent one on your team, and now you're likely to get votes, which is obviously very bad for development and character arcs, because they're usually unpopular during the character arcs. And if they go up for elimination, and it's vote to eliminate, they are basically screwed. But how would Tpot look like with this system? Well, first off, Tpot would be way worse. This is because contestants in arcs either had to just not go up for elimination ever, or be eliminated. And since Tpot is a season with a lot of character arcs, that likely would not end well. Now let's go over eliminations in Tpot and see how they would be different with vote to eliminate. Let's start with the first Death Pact Again elimination with Pi. And yeah, Pi definitely would not be eliminated. Fanny was almost guaranteed screwed here because of her whole I hate everything gimmick that was still going on. And yeah, in BFB pre-split, she got a lot of votes against her because of her whole I hate everything gimmick. And I assume the same would happen in Tpot. But would Pi actually do anything? Probably not. Unlike Fanny, who has an entire arc in Tpot, I highly doubt Pi would do anything. Like, she wasn't a bad character, she was just kind of boring. And I think she would just sit there and not really add anything to the team, similar to her in BFB pre-split. However, full D's elimination would remain the same. Actually, I think every single The Strongest Team on Earth elimination would remain the same. Well, except for one, that being the last one. As for the first two, Foldy and Eggy were already extremely unpopular back in BFB pre-split. And as for the last one, Robot Flower would definitely get out because of her old being mean arc. While Snowball was also pretty unpopular back in BFB pre-split, Robot Flower's arc would definitely eliminate her. There was no shot of her surviving. So yeah, the strongest team on Earth doesn't change too much except for the fact that we lose Robot Flower way earlier, which would cause her arc to end sooner. Anyways, let's go on to Tpot 3's elimination with Saw and Cloudy, and I'm just gonna cut to the chase. Saw definitely would have been eliminated. Her 8 gimmick made a lot of people really not like her, and honestly, justifiably so. She was just way worse than all her other teammates, and that's saying something considering that Teammates is one of the least liked Tpot teams in the entire show. So yeah, no matter what would happen, Saw gets eliminated. As for Cloudy though, things are slightly different. He does extremely well in eliminations in vote to eliminate. So yeah, there is no way he is getting out, but who gets out? And the answer is obvious. It's gonna be Clock. Since he made the team lose, and that gets you way more vote to eliminate votes, he's basically guaranteed out. Yeah, he's out, even over Rocky, which is actually insane to think about. And that's the thing in vote to eliminate. If you do something in the episode and fans don't like it, you're guaranteed out. But if you don't do anything and stay in the background, well, you're gonna be safe for a while. That is why vote to save is so much better than vote to eliminate. Even if it has some of its own problems, you can't deny that it is simply way better than vote to eliminate. And I am extremely glad that the BFDI writers decided to make the change. Anyways, I'm going to jump a few eliminations, or, well, in this case, only one. And now we're going to be talking about Fries, since we've already discussed that Eggy's elimination would probably stay the exact same since she was just so hated. But Fries, I think there's a chance that he could survive, even if he was relatively disliked. Now, some of you might think TV would be the one who gets eliminated, since he's probably the most disliked nowadays. But remember, vote to eliminate encourages you to do nothing, and TV at the time did nothing. So he'd probably get a lot of votes, but not enough to get eliminated. I think this would result in a vote war between Golf Ball, Fries, and Puffball. Puffball was still really hated for her BFDIA 5E betrayal of the team, and considering the fact that she got the second most votes in her BFB pre-split elimination with free food, that says something. And Golf Ball has always been disliked for her bossiness. And yeah, she was very bossy in the episode, especially towards Pen and Puffball. And Fries, the guy has kind of always been disliked for being mean. Like, I have no idea why, but mean characters, even though I wouldn't really consider Fries that mean, but yeah, overall, mean characters do very bad in Vote to Eliminate. The only guess I have as for why this is because little kids just don't like mean characters, and they'll vote them off instantly. But anyways, out of these three, Fries, Puffball, and Golf Ball, who will get eliminated? Probably Golf Ball. I just easily think she's the most disliked out of these three. But Fries and Puffball would be right on her tail. She would be very close to getting eliminated. Now let's jump to the Tpot 9 elimination with Puffball and Coiny. And I think both of these would actually be different under Vote to Eliminate. Now let's start with teammates. With Coiny's elimination, it is genuinely anybody's guess on who would be going. All I know is that it definitely would not be Coiny or Pin. They are insanely popular. So yeah, there's about a 0% chance they are going. And the same goes for Donut because he lost his limbs this episode. So a lot of people won't vote for him because they feel bad for him. Anyways, this leaves Gatey, Barfbag, and Needle. And it literally could be any of these three characters, dude. But I think it would be Needle just because she was kind of reckless in the episode. She threw Gatey off for no real reason other than the fact that somebody called her needy, which is kind of getting old. So yeah, I think Needle would have actually gotten eliminated this time around, which is pretty funny considering the fact that she was the one who originally got in the bottom two with Coiny. But as for Puffball's elimination, yeah, TV would have been eliminated. There is no chance he is surviving this one. All of the characters remaining are super popular. Well, actually, Golf Ball was popular too, but she had a lot of haters. So I think Fries and Puffball fans would probably team up, and well, to be fair, their fan bases are already pretty similar, but they'd rally together to vote TV out. And it would probably work because TV was already getting more disliked every episode. Now, I know I just said that Vote to Eliminate encourages you to do nothing, and that's true, but eventually people will notice you. And once they do, it's game over for you. Your run ends when people notice you. And I think Tpot 9 would be TV's elimination. It also doesn't help for TV that every single person on his team is a fan favorite. So they all have huge fan bases. Oh, and as for the Tpot 10 elimination, yeah, Pillow is out 100%. There is no way she was surviving that elimination. Considering the fact that she killed all her teammates, I think her chances of surviving are basically none. But anyways, that was just a glimpse of what Tpot would look like if it had a Vote to Eliminate. As for the other eliminations, the ones in Phase 2, yeah, I'm not really going to think about them too much, considering there would be a butterfly effect, because the old eliminations would influence the new ones. But yeah, overall, I think Phase 2 would be way worse, since Phase 2 is more serious, and characters who did something would be disliked. A good example of this is that Pencil would 100% be eliminated in Tpot 16 elimination. There was just 0% chance of her surviving. But anyways, let's answer the question that I already answered. Would Tpot be worse with Vote to Eliminate or not? And the answer is so obvious. Yes. There would just be way less arcs because the writers would literally have no choice. They would either have to make an arc and somehow make them not go up for elimination ever, which is just not possible, and people will complain to you about writer's bias, or you just don't do arcs at all. And yeah, I think the second one is more likely. They would probably still have some arcs, but they'd be significantly smaller. Anyways, that's just my opinion. What do you think? Do you think Tpot would be worse? Let me know in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe, and have a good one.